underscore Shasta.
Has it really been 13 runs? Oh my goodness.
I counted. It's 13.
It's 13, wow. But yeah, hello everybody. I'm back once again for another AGDQ run, or just GQ run in general. This time with Kirby Star Allies, guest stars, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, Star Allies, go! Hyphen, the three Mage Sisters. That's the full title of the category, if you want to be all specific. But I can call it guest star Mage Sisters for short.
That's what I called it when I submitted this game like forever ago.
Yeah. With me on Commentary Battle, we have Laurie D. Bunnykins. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Laurie. I've been running this game. I've been running this mode, basically. I ran it for a week on release, and then I started running it again when the Mage Sisters came out. This is a really funny game, and I hope you guys like it, because this is the most broken set of characters in Star Allies, all in the same character.
Absolutely. And yeah, if you might be wondering why this game is in the alpha block, scheduling is why. It's last minute scheduling decision. But also it's because Kirby is awfully cute. Don't you forget that one.
He really is.
But yeah, without further ado, I'm good to go whenever, so if we're good, then I can count it down. Also, no audio on the screen, by the way, for tech. I assume the silence means we're good, so I'm just going to go and count it down. So, all right, cool. All right, 3, 2, 1, kabam! All right, so you play as three characters in this one right here. All three Mage Sisters. We can swap between them by pressing down B. We started with Francesca, switch to Flamberge, and now we're Zan Partisan, and now we're just gonna zip everywhere like this. If you've ever seen a Kirby run before, this run is like no other one really. It's really cool. And here's Flamberge. She breaks ice.
I was gonna say nobody breaks ice like she does.
Oh, she's so good at it. Let's go.
Yeah, Flamberge breaks ice, but is unfortunately in every other aspect not going to be useful in the run. You're mainly going to be seeing Zan Partisan here, because if you cannot tell, this movement is a little bit fast.
Very, very fast. And also, she's just really good at just destroying enemies, too. We'll see a lot of that later. Or certain boss more so, I guess.
Yeah, bosses, single target damage is really good on Zan. Electricity is really nice for that. You might notice each of the three Mage Sisters are based on an element, like the fire, the ice, and the lightning. There is elemental damage in Kirby games. Different elements do have effects, and that comes through a lot, especially with Francisca here, who we're moving with because we need to use her again with these burning logs, but unlike Flamberge, who unfortunately doesn't get much use, she actually does have uses that we will see later. But, again, Zan's the fastest moving, so a lot of the screen time is going to be her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially because, look at this. The way this moving works in the first place is that if you hold down L or R, you do three of them in a row like this. I'm always repressing it over and over again. Usually I just alternate between L and R back and forth like this. Just go zip, 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 essentially. Yeah. And I got three enemies together with the friend heart mechanic, because we need three enemies for the friend circle here. Or not friend circle, the friend train actually. And fun enough, it's actually the first auto scroll of the run. There's two more like this. I say we get a donation while this is happening here.
All right, we have $100 from Wonder J, who says,
my boy.
Let's go, Mr. _ Shasta.
Thank you. Thank you, Wonder J. And get another one in.
We have $15 from Murby, who says, glad to see you running in GDQ again, Shast. Here's to another great Kirby run, and here's to many swoosh, swoosh, swoos.
Yeah, whenever Zan does her zip, it goes like... It's very good. Thank you, Murby.
See,
yeah, that's it for that part. At the very end, we actually get the dribbly there, the wire snake, if you will, because if we crash against the ceiling, it just kind of cancels the end lag of it by the Fox just, being there, going into the upgrade. And now here, I'm finding Parallel Woods, who is the upgraded version of Wispy Woods in this game. Zan Partisan's very good for damage, and a big reason for that is because of this, because of her downstep attack, which actually adds a damage multiplier to all your moves. It's very good in that regard. And then also the up attack here called the Lightning Lemonade, which, as you can see, destroy Wispy in 3 hits, like that. It's very, very good. There's a bunch of hitboxes on that move especially, like this, especially on the clouds. We want to hit people on the clouds if possible, because there's a lot more damage. But it's not always possible with a lot of these bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're just seeing me obliterate these bosses very quickly. She's really good at that. Oops. Now, if we want to talk a little bit about like the actual Mage Sisters themselves, I actually learned this fun fact from AnEternalEnigma, playing AnEternalEnigma recently, is that they're all named after actual like names of weapons. So a partisan is actually like a long spear, a flambeer is like a sword, and like a Francesca is just a type of axe. There's a little fun fact of the day for you. Now you can't say and learn anything during my speedruns. Yeah, right here we're gonna destroy Bonkers main boss here, and then immediately friend them, because that gets rid of like kind of the end lag of, or it gets rid of like any chance of us destroying them and just pausing the game timer a little bit. Which this game goes by in-game time for the main timing method, so anytime we can save time with IGT is very, very good, just like right there.
Yeah, you're gonna see pretty soon a kind of ultimate attack that pauses the in-game timer, which is what makes it really good in this run. But before that, we get to see Francisca's enemy capabilities. In this case, it's not in single target damage, but cleaning out rooms very quickly due to freezing enemies, not only counting as death, but also not having a death animation.
Yeah, and speaking of that all-out attack, this is the Sister Circle right here. It's about 10 seconds long, like in real time or so when you use it, something like that. But it will like do just massive amounts of damage. In this case, just instantly destroy King Deity here. But the fight's not over yet. We're in the phase 2 now, where he gets all buff. Shouts to buff Deity. And now we just keep doing the lightning lemonade over and over again, and just keep on destroying him. Now we do a little Zan stab. That's what the down stab is called for some reason. Into the ground here, do 2 damage multipliers, and then just keep on spamming it until they're dead. Had some bad hitboxes there, 77 hits. If put down well, it takes him about 5 hits there, but very good even still.
Yeah, it was still a good fight.
We absolutely take those. It's such a fun like run in general. I love. There's really no other one like it. Oh, by the way, I didn't even get it right there. I'm also one of the puzzles.
You're definitely finishing that mid run. Yeah, that's one of the collectibles in this game. Is there are puzzle pieces all over the game, and you can finish puzzles that are just like kind of like concept art.
They're really cool. Whenever you go to the gallery for it too, I learned the other day that like there's also just like individual remixes from the game that they're referencing in there for whatever reason, which is like they didn't have to do that, but it's so cool they did that, you know?
I mean, this is like a celebration game. I mean, I guess every Kirby game is a celebration game if I think about it.
Hal treats us well. Hal loves Kirby, and I love Kirby as well too. So thank you, Hal.
Thank you, Hal.
Alright, I'm gonna get Broom Hatter. Important enemy in particular for upcoming section where we need another enemy to get into a certain door. But also the Broom Hatter is good for a very specific reason. That's because it can move and also like attack at the same time, which is we need to hit switches next from up here, so it's very important.
Yeah,
now, we're doing a strat that loses a lot of in-game time, or a lot of real time, but saves a lot of in-game time. We're gonna go over here in Sister Circle because it gets rid of this blipper on the ground, which otherwise our Broom Hatter would actually just stop and destroy. But yeah,
it also hits the switch next to the blipper, which is good for the Broom Hatter's kind of flow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, look how it just didn't stop right there. It just immediately hit the switch below them, and then it went right over to their switch, no problem. And you didn't have to wait at all because of that.
This room has taken on many forms, and even the Broom Hatter is mean sometimes.
Sometimes just won't do that. That's okay. You do you, Broom Hatter. I'm not here to stop you. But yeah, time to destroy Chef Kawasaki. We're invincible currently because we got invincibility candy, which makes us go a bit faster in this game, and also, of course, have a hitbox when we destroy people. So, it does a lot of damage that way. In particular, though, this room has a lot of wind in it, so I want to make sure that I can zip through here and kind of carry the momentum of the winds, if I can, all the way to this button up here, which I did. Nice, very good.
Yeah. 2 quick things to explain there. One is you saw Shasta stop before hitting the boxes. That's because Zan has this like charge attack if you're dashing, and that one has a much longer animation than just the standard like standing stab. So you have to make sure to stop your movement completely before breaking those boxes, otherwise you'll get a really long animation. The other thing I want to point out right now, that was a really nice ending. Other thing I wanted to point out is after the Chef Kawasaki fight, you picked up an attack card in Get Star you have 3 stats you can see in the top left: your attack damage, your HP, and your movement speed. And there are little upgrade hearts all over the game that can increase those stats that get reset at the beginning of each stage. For the most part, we don't tend to go out of the way for them, but usually there's 1 or 2 enemy gauntlets in each stage that provide us with some upgrades, and we'll usually just take those because it loses minimal time to grab them.
Yeah, those upgrades especially are really good, because, like, it's not super, like, the speed one's not super useful, I feel, for my sisters because of Zan's movements. It's not really super affected by that. But stuff like the power upgrade is, like, really, really good because, well, Zan's already really good at doing damage, so therefore, let's do more damage. That's a good thing. That saves time in speedruns.
More damage is never bad. Never hurt anybody. Well, okay, it hurt a lot of people.
It hurts the people who need to be hurt to go fast, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
That's what we need.
Right, I'm going to switch to Francesca because we're doing a little enemy rush after this, and do Sister Circle for these 2 main bosses right here. Bam. And then just like before, again, you throw a friend heart right at them, and then immediately get rid of them too.
Yeah.
So, you're my friend now. You're my friend now. Never mind.
Yeah, and that's
also say hello to Francesca, everybody.
Yeah, and then there was a small enemy rush at the beginning of, or at the very end actually, of the first level, but this one is a lot bigger and shows off a lot more of the projectile, which is very ruthless.
Yeah. Fun fact, this is called the Frozen Gelato. That's the name of that move right there. Just gonna use that for like all these different like fights. You gotta take out an enemy like this. Same with also floating too. Floating is like something that's actually a little tricky to do in this run. I'm gonna hopefully make it look kind of trivial though. Oh, I accidentally did this move. I've never actually done that move before. That was weird.
I don't think I know the input for that move.
But I don't even know what the input for that one is. That was strange. But yeah, it's a little tricky to do. I have to like kind of just tap A really fast in the air to make sure I just stay afloat. But this move, thankfully, just charging it allows me to stay afloat no matter what, which is nice. But like, for certain things, like using Zan's spear really quickly in the air, I have to immediately just tap A and then just like do the stab itself, which is very tricky to do and very easy to mess up because Zan's dash attack is very slow and laggy, and you don't want that to happen, which will normally happen after you do the zip normally. So like, you want to just kind of prevent that whenever you can. I come up here is a very cool boss fight that I like a lot. I hope I can get the fast strat for it because it looks very, very cool. But this is Parallel Meta right here. I'm gonna start doing a little Zan stab in the ground just to do a little damage multiplier to him, and then hope for good luck here, aka hopefully he jumps and doesn't block my attacks. There we go. See, bam, huge damage, and then 2 stabs in the ground, and then such a circle. I think we got him. I think we got him there.
That looks really good.
Yeah, he goes in the background there, and then it reappears again. If just the right timing, bam, there you go.
Yeah, that's really good.
You need both of those down steps to do enough damage to Sister Circle as well. So like, that's really tight.
Yeah, we talked about the multiplier from the Zan stab earlier. I do want to bring up a small mechanic about kind of when we did the Sister Circle. Oh my goodness.
6 puzzle pieces, 1 went the right spot.
About
Sorry,
when we did the Sister Circle, though. Because you might have noticed this during Parallel DDD as well. And we have a boss coming up soon that will take advantage of it in a very funny way. But every, like, main boss, for the most part, has 2 kind of, like, parts to them. And they gain a very large amount of armor when transitioning between the 2 parts. So like in Parallel DDD, you saw the Sister Circle do exactly half the health bar, and then DDD went into phase 2. Or in Meta Knight, we waited a little bit after. Like if you noticed during the Zan stabs when we were setting up a multiplier, they didn't actually do a lot of damage. But then as soon as we did the Sister Circle, we waited for him to jump and start flying back, and we got our like max damage. Because the sort of like phase transition armor had ended. There's a boss fight coming up soon, where the boss is kind of split up into 2 parts, and both of the boss's health bars play into when the phase transition happens, and let's just say it's going to look pretty silly.
It's very silly, especially. Yeah, I'll let that we get there in a second. This room, though, is actually really cool, too, because we're going to save a little bit of time by hitting the switch than doing our dash attack there, which goes very far horizontally, but it has just a lot of end lag to it, so we want to avoid that usually. But that's the one time we really like use it on purpose. Just save a little time in that room, hitting the switches early. And helping here is the boss fight Laurie just mentioned as well, too, with Pon and Con. So right at the start of it, we're going to do a nice little sister circle again as soon as we start moving here. Just like this. So they're starting, so the hitbox is there. Just get into phase 2 with like basically 0 health. But I need to do damage to them though in order to actually defeat the boss. Look at that. Look at the health bar there.
Yeah, so they're quite literally on 1 because the game is like, we need to play their animation to go into phase 2. Their phase 2 needs to happen. And like you can see, you started the laser, and like they were kind of taking like damage punches.
That's Electro Eclair.
My bad.
Thank you.
But like
respect the lore.
But when you did Electro Eclair, they started to be like taking the damage ticks on their like sprites or their models, but they weren't actually taking damage in the health bar because they needed to finish their armor, and they were already at 1 HP. It's one of my favorite parts of this run, just because of how like silly it looks.
Agreed. We do that as well too for the upcoming for the kind of like the harder version of that fights later on.
Yes,
Goldon and Silvox. We do basically the same strat there again too, and they're down to basically 0 health after do this as a circle again. It's very good.
It's kind of a weird part. Speaking of upcoming boss fights though, this is a weird kind of part of the run when it comes to boss fights because the levels in Mage Sisters or Guest Star in general are based off of kind of remixed versions of story mode levels where certain characters will have certain levels to kind of fit their origin. And in story mode, this is usually the part of the game where you're fighting the Mage Sisters, but that's kind of a weird thing to do when you're playing as them. So there's not going to be a lot of boss fights, it's going to be a lot of movement and enemy gauntlets.
Yeah, that was the dash hook right there. And I also love this song, by the way. It's like the final level theme of Dreamland 3, which just underrated Kirby game, honestly. It's a very good one. Also, you'll notice a lot of these rooms in general, really just all the rooms in general, are just like references to other Kirby games. Like, that was a reference to Carrot Castle. Last room there was Carrot Castle from Kirby's Maze and Mirror. You'll see a lot more other things like that. I'll also point out later, hopefully. But that's just one I like to point out there every time.
There's a really funny story I have about that, actually, with a level in Area 5, I believe. Like, a part of Stage 5, I remember not thinking much about a certain room, and then I started learning Amazing Mirror 100%. And there was, like, the exact same room in Candy Constellation, and I was like, wait a minute. That was a reference this entire time.
Yeah. I finally caught one of those references, too. Like, I missed for a while, like, recently when I was doing runs of this. I'll try to point out later when it happens. I think it's in level 4, but yeah. But yeah, Sweet Spot music right here, and also in the last room too. Shout out to Sweet Spot, great video game. Hopefully we can get Sweet Spot 100% to GDQ again. That run deserves to be shown. It's so good.
Awesome. I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think both of us got our starts in Kirby speedrunning with Squeak Squad.
It's true, yeah. Back in 2014, holy moly.
2014. We are literally a year off of knowing each other for double-digit years.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. But for now, though, another friend train section. I think it's time for more donations.
Absolutely.
Okay, we've got a $25 donation from PokeFan who says, I share very fond memories with this game as I mostly played it during the greatest years of my life. And I'm more than happy to see Star Allies run it at GDQ especially. I do have an important question, however. What is Mr. Shasta's favorite dream friend?
My favorite dream friend? I've actually messing around with them recently in this game. Just because, like, we're doing a thing hopefully soon for, like, a GDQ Hotfix show they want to submit to, me and Dark Soul, I mean. But, I think it might be either, like, Magalore, Susie, or DeRoach, one of those 3. Besides Mage Sisters, of course. One of those 3 for sure, though.
I would say my favorite, other than the Mage Sisters, is probably DeRoach, just because, like we mentioned earlier, we were both big nerds for Squeak Squad, and I just love seeing that moveset incorporate, like, all the other Squeaks as well.
It's so cool. Actually, we have a little more time before the boss here, so like if you want to give one more donation, that'd be pretty good.
Sure. We got a $5 donation from Happy Bear who says, Shasta, it's been so fun making friends with you on your channel over the past few months. I hope you DS destroy this run awfully quickly.
Thank you very much, Happy Bear. She's referencing the fact that like I'm currently doing a project on my own channel where I'm trying to beat every single Nintendo DS game. Yes, every single one. There's 1,697 of them. I counted. I did research. Yeah. But I played a lot of great games along the way because of that so far. I'm very happy about the projects. It took me a while
you played
to
a lot of great games and a lot of other games.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's go with that one. Yeah, there's that fight right there. We actually keep the nests around there. Oh, I don't even mention this yet, but like, if we have allies in general, there's a puzzle, by the way. Let's go. That's a good one. Farewell to Kirby is what it says. It's all. I touched all the puzzles. There we go. What the heck? Cool. Well, yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, I was gonna mention if we have allies in general, like just with us, they actually do less damage to bosses whenever we do any sort of hits. So we want to have 0 allies for most of the run. Sometimes they're useful though. Like the nests do damage in that last many boss fights, so we keep them around there. But that's generally the idea: is to just have no like allies with us the whole run for the most part.
Also, I feel like I need to reiterate that just because of how funny it is. The AI in this game is so bad that it's actually faster to remove them just so the boss has less health, because they do not deal enough damage to compensate for the health boost given to bosses.
I made this mistake the other day where I had one down set instead of 2. 2 of them should eliminate Bugsy right here, if I recall. I've been doing 1 recently, and I've not been doing that. There we go, bam. Aha. Corrections. I'm going fast here, everyone.
Let's go.
Yo, shout out to speedrunning. Let's go.
Have you guys heard of this cool thing? It's where you go as fast as you can in a video game.
You ever heard that before? I love doing that.
I think we should do it for charity or something.
I agree, especially for like Friend Cancer Foundation. That's a good foundation to raise money for, I'd say.
That's a great charity.
Shout out to the video Slime Time on YouTube. It's about like the Dragon Quest slime and also Gooey from this game. Very good. This is the same music from that video. That's why I'm playing it out. It's a good video. Check it out. It's very cute.
I was playing a game today and I found a room just called the Slime Room.
That's great. Was there a slime in it?
There were many.
Good. I hope so. False advertisement otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I can give one more donation during this part.
Yeah, we can.
Alrighty. We've got $75 from Gamer Owen, who says, had to donate during the Kirby run, and I'm dedicating this to my grandma, who was recently diagnosed with cancer a few months ago. Good luck on the run, Mr. Shasta, and can I get a pollo?
Pollo!
Can I do that too?
Go for it.
Pollo!
Hey, that was really good.
Thank you for the 75, and all the best to your grandmother, Gamer Owen. Thank you.
Absolutely. All the best. All the best. Here's another assistant circle for gold on the silver box right here. Mentioned one earlier. And after they send me up into the sky in a second, once I crash back down, I'm going to go to the left here, and then immediately turn around and do a giant electro eclair, and that should cover every option. Or to the right, I guess. Whatever works. There we go.
Yeah, the like edges of the electro eclair are big enough to hit the platforms above and below, and they always start on the 2nd and 4th rows. So if you just do one in the middle, you hit them both.
All right, this part is really hard for me usually. The wall D-balls do literally like a third of your health if they hit you, so I'm gonna try and avoid them if I can. They're like really deadly for every reason.
Yeah,
probably because they're giant or something. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. But yeah, I'm trying to avoid damage there as best as I can, because I've died in the second room before here with full health starting in the previous room because of just getting hit by the wall D-balls, and then these all the enemies here which throw stuff at you.
Yeah, and here's another instance of you making sure to stop so you don't, like do the very long dash attack.
Yeah, I'm stopping and floating there every time. It's really easy to not do that, but I have to make sure to do that every single time.
Also, you picked up an all upgrade heart, so you have 1 health upgrade now, but this is where I was going to say, in context of the Waddle D-balls doing a lot of damage, this is where us kind of skipping a bunch of power-ups, especially health power-ups, might start catching up to us a little bit. I wouldn't say there's too many parts of this whole run where you are at like full death risk, but...
Except for the end.
Except for the very end, yeah, but it can get scary in a lot of other portions if you're like reckless with your movement.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, again, with our main movement method being an air dodge, It's pretty easy to zip through things rather than on top of them.
Yeah, mine is supposed to be an air dodge, by the way. Just want to point that out. That's what this is supposed to be. But you know, we're using it for not that purpose, really. There's another big enemy clearing room right here. Just getting a bunch of frozen gelatos and taking them all out. This one here, I'm actually not gonna do that though, because gotta take out 3 of them right here, and then use my giant axe to take out like just do a few so I can take out the rest of them.
Yeah,
just a little lower there. There we go. This one's a little tricky because I have to kind of alternate back and forth which direction I go with the frozen gelato. Make sure I'm at the right height so that it actually bounces off the platform there and like stays up there so I can hit some of the enemies that spawn in. There we go, that's really good. Then while it's trending over, do that, bam. All apart right there. It's my troubles. Very good stuff so far. Upcoming here is also another favorite of mine for the boss fights.
Yeah, I like this one
It's pretty simple. I don't know why I phrased it that way.
But I also just really like the idea of like the strategy here. Because it's like Krako, iconic Kirby enemy. There's 2 of them. We're gonna do a sister circle here, similar to the like health bar reasons why we do this on Bunnykins, Goldon, and Silbox. You're hitting both of them at once. That's pretty nice. But these guys actually don't have a second phase transition at all. They just have a second form with a second health bar. And
it's become huge!
Become large. And that's what I'm saying. I really like this from a strategy standpoint. This iconic guy splits himself in 2 to fight you more. And then it's like, this didn't work. Can we get a run back? Can I just be a singular unit again?
There you go.
The answer's still no.
Nope.
You cannot be a singular unit. Sorry, Kraken.
That was a big rainbow. What the heck? I'm gaming over here.
Kind of killing it, yeah.
Yeah. We're actually on to the final level right now, too. Which is,
this is by far
Instead of being like, oh, that's a best for level 4 again. Let's go. I got that earlier in my practice as well. I apparently have room to save there. But yeah, this is the final level right here. There's 3 parts to it. Obviously, I called out when we're at the last part and stuff. But yeah, this is the only time in the run I actually use a D-pad instead of the stick for movement here because there's some very thin platforms. There's a reference to Dreamland 2 with one of the final level layouts here. Is what those rooms are. And now back to Zan. And now back to the stick as well too. We're just gonna zippy zoom over here, get past everything. I actually used Dreamland 3 for this room in particular. I remember that one. I played a lot of Kirby in my day.
I like
Kirby's pretty cool. I like Kirby. Anyone else like Kirby? Let me know. Oh, this room right here. This is the room right here I was talking about earlier, where I had a revelation that this is the room I recognize. That's the first room of Half Moon in Superstar. I didn't know that until like recently.
Oh my god, it is!
Yeah!
Oh, you're so right. I'll point out the amazing mirror room I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that'll be in like, I think next level.
Yeah, it's in section 2. You probably specifically might recognize it because you've also played your fair share of mirror.
Yeah, by the way, Flambear's right here is her one strat of the run. It's just destroying those things there and then up. I did it wrong. No! There we go. Okay, we got it. I have to do that move in the air there in order to make it work. There we go. And now Flambear's goes back to breaking only ice.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Then Sister Circle right here, freeze 2 bonkers, and then we're gonna immediately throw a friend heart at both of them to get rid of them, advance the game a little faster, you know. There we go, friend hearts. You're my friend now. You're my friend now. Up here is also gonna be a nice little speed up and a little attack up, so we're gonna get that and then go right to the door.
And
yeah, a lot of them is very calculated in general this run because like if you mess up like your zips anywhere at all, it can like result in a lot of time loss and stuff. So I kind of just like I've gone good at this just by doing so many no resets or anything else.
Yeah,
it's I'm making it look easy, but it's very tricky in general. Which is kind of like the crux of a lot of different like Kirby speedruns out there is that they look pretty easy, but like no, they're not. I don't even want to say that.
It's got that very layered gameplay that I think makes really good speedruns. Also, this is the Campy Constellation Room I was talking about. I believe this is the next one. Yeah. But it's got that very layered kind of gameplay to it. All Kirby games do, where it's like, yes, they're very easy to pick up and play as a casual, but if you want to get into running them, there's a lot to it that, like, you don't even have to do it from a speedrunning perspective. If you just kind of get good at these games, learning them, just like as somebody who enjoys repeatedly playing them, and you'll pick up a lot of really good tech that you might not have picked up on your first playthrough.
Right here, we need 3 enemies in general, or 3 friends rather. Excuse me, they're my friends now. Do another friend circle here. Probably the last room was a Squeeze Squad room. It was an A2 of Kirby Squeeze Squad. I know a lot about Kirby. Anyways, I know a lot about donations. Give me 1 donation right now.
All right, we've got a $50 donation from Palm, who says, "Hey all, good luck with this run, Shasta, and shout outs to everyone putting on this event. Let's get to that 1,000,000 mark, and remember, Kirby is cute."
I just completely blanked right there. I'm supposed to switch. That's on me.
Yeah, so...
Agreed though, Palm. Kirby is cute. Give me another donation.
We have a $25 donation from Kai Crowley, who says, "I love AGDQ, and I'm so excited to see one of my favorite games, Kirby Star Allies."
Don't hit that switch. It's slow.
Yeah. Something unfortunate that we have not brought up yet is if you die, you do get forced back into Francisca and have to swap back to Zan. That's something I've forgotten to do many times after dying in that room, kind of specifically.
I forgot as well too. I have a strategy here that I think I took from Yanapu, who's lucky holder for this game, for like first every category, including the Mage Stitches run as well. But I can use the game mechanic of just like, I forget what's even called, but like you can like combine elements in general with like different like enemies depending on who it is, and just like give them stuff. Like for instance, the Ice Hammer right there I just gave to the Bonkers, which right here we're kind of just hoping that they don't die to the Shotzos. They can like get rid of the Shotzo shots, no problem. Whether or not they do that though is random, but I do that because of the very end room right here, where I'm about to face a bunch of fire enemies and a bunch of ice enemies in a row like this. Like that. See, they're just going to destroy them. But now I can use Flambears, which right here, just destroy these ones. And then bam, and then switch over to Zan, no problem, and bam. And unfortunately, both the Bonkers die right at the end, so we won't be able to use them for later. Actually, we can use that one there. I don't know how they got revived there, but hey, whatever.
He's chilling.
He's just chilling.
But yeah, that's a big part of... That's actually a really, like, useful part of the, like, main game, is that kind of ability combinations. But since the Mage Sisters as a character do so much damage, we don't really end up using it. But I know, in terms of damage, like, we've been using Lightning Lemonade a lot as some of the best DPS in the game.
Real quickly, little skip right here. Bam, made that cycle.
Nice, yeah.
It's very, very tiring up there. Go ahead.
But I do want to shout this ability out in particular, because every time I do like a showcase of this game and I mention how good the DPS of Lightning Lemonade is, there's always a comment telling me about how the best DPS in the game is actually Wind Bomb. So I need to shout out Wind Bomb. I feel like it's part of my legacy at this point.
I guess so, yeah. That's what they actually use that in the Kirby speedrun though, not in like guest stars at all.
Wind Bomb is used a lot in the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
So
which the run for this game too is also very good, I must say.
Yeah.
Use a lot of the piggybacking mechanic, which you're not going to see in this run, but it's very good. All right, so this room and then the very next one are the hardest room in the entire run right here. It's very easy to get accidentally squished by these blocks here. And if they squish you, it's a 1-hit kill. So
and it's back to the beginning of the room with several enemy gauntlets.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I will take this time though, because we did just mention Wind Bomb and Story Mode. I want to shout out Story Mode because I believe this game's Story Mode is one of the shorter of modern Kirby story modes.
It is, yeah. There's 4 worlds, but the last one's pretty long. I'm gonna take it safely. All right, we're doing that. There we go.
So like,
do I go for it?
Go for it.
Ah, no. I backed that last second.
At least you bailed out.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't land at the right spot. I would have just died.
That's fair. That's like something I came up with a cube for because I wanted to make sure I could get it, and then I still was too scared to go for it.
Yeah, I don't go for it anymore.
That's fair.
Gotta go for it in a marathon, you know? Because we're going for having fun over here, not for PBs.
Yeah.
We're getting a PB and having fun. That's the most important thing.
But yeah, like between like the other like 3DS kind of era of Kirby runs, the story mode of this game is one of the shorter story modes.
That was really strange.
So I do want to shout out that category because it is super cool.
Back down a little bit, that's fine. And final room right here, upcoming is the final boss, which is going to be Morpho Knights. Morpho Knight is very difficult. It's very easy to just kind of choke runs to him as well too. I feel coming from personal experience because it relies a lot on luck and like what he does with his pattern and stuff. But if all goes correctly, we do what we have to here. And also depends on like how much he got hurt in previous rooms too, because you don't get healed before him unless you die, of course. I should be fine ideally, but never know what happens. Yeah, right here we're gonna start off with a sister circle, just like that. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna lightning lemonade and hope that he jumps upwards in the air so I do more damage until the second phase happens. Yeah. Also, this is the first appearance of Morphinite, by the way, in the entire Kirby series. If you're familiar with Forgotten Land, he's one of the bosses right at the end of the game.
He is there.
Or yeah, got her a lot there in that first phase. Oh god, I'm one hit and I'm dead. I believe. Who else believes? I believe.
I believe.
All right, I got. Oh, okay. There's a funny little misinput I do a lot because I have to kind of like float downwards with Lightning Lemonade whenever I use it here. Bam. Should be good soon. I'm gonna take it safely. I did not take it safely.
Not safe enough.
That's fine. This is the most common place where you lose your run because Morphinite does a lot of damage.
Remember when I said during level 4 that like this is the part of the game where us not collecting health upgrades really starts to catch up?
Yeah, I have 0 health upgrades.
We don't get any.
You know what they say? No health, all fast.
Yeah. I like remember talking about that in 2019 when I started learning this category because I was super nervous about it. And even like the fastest backup health is like really not fast at all.
It's not super worth it, honestly. You just gotta go for it and just hope that you just don't die. And just play well, really, at the end of the day. And 2 stabs, that will do more damage. And I got only 1 last time, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
I keep doing this for now. Over this side, do one of these, and then bam. This side, same deal. And bam, nice.
Oh, he's
time
dead.
Time is gonna be once the game time shows up after this little cutscene here. But yeah, that was way better. Hope you all enjoy this run. I love this run. It's so cool.
I love this one too.
Short but sweet, honestly. I say short, but it's like 40 minutes, but you know.
Short-ish, but
very good.
Sweet.
Short-ish.
Just as sweet.
And time. There we go. Bam.
Exactly 22.
Yeah, that was like going to level 5 there. It was 40 seconds on my PB with like a big time save on Morphinite there. I love that pick. I'm glad it came up randomly.
It's a good one.
It's a very good one. Yeah, look at that. Level 4 PB as well by a few seconds. I think it was 3:37 earlier when I hit in practice.
Jesus.
So, very good stuff. And I guess while the credits are going on right here, I'll give my shout-outs. First off, I'm going to plug my own channel because I mentioned earlier during the run, I'm currently on a quest to beat every single DS game ever made. Every single one. All 1,697 of them. I'm going to do it. Which double that if you want to include everything internationally, but I'm only doing North American if yeah, if you're interested in that, be sure to follow my channel at twitch.tv/mr_Shasta. I also do Kirby speedruns too, as well, and other random speedruns, usually of DS games right now, because it's kind of a thing. But remember, I'm actually going to be running this game soon again, because me and Dark Soul are planning on submitting a race of the guest stars for What's Faster, the GDQ Hotfix show, gamesupquick.com/hotfix, by the way. We're going to be submitting a race of that, using some of the different guest stars. We're planning on doing that. So if you want to see some of that, drop me a follow that as well too. But yeah, also want to plug the Kirby community because the Kirby speedrun community is very, very good. We love introducing new runners to this game, or to any game really in the Kirby series. If you want to catch us, go to AnEternalEnigma page, except for Airride and Epic Yarn because they have their own Discord and that's totally okay. Mm-hmm. But go there, click the Discord icon, like the top right of the page there, and take you right there. It's kind of a big hub for most Kirby speedruns. If you want to learn this run in particular, I actually have a commentated PB in my current PB on my YouTube channel, which is just, if you search MR_Shasta, it should just pop up. It's the one that the Weasel picked.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, Laurie?
I don't have any particular people I want to shout out. You did mention the Kirby sub-communities with their own Discord, so as a big person who's been in a lot of Kirby speedrunning community myself, I definitely do want to shout out, especially those Epic Yarn people, who definitely were some of my first friends in this community, but also the whole Kirby community is awesome. So big shout outs to them. Shout outs to
yeah.
Sorry, Ed.
Sorry. I guess. Speaking of Kirby, shoutouts to Kirby Air Ride later on the marathon by one David J, and also Kirby's Adventure from Dark Soul mentioned earlier. Those runs gonna be very awesome. Adventure has had like a recent discovery. It's also really cool that y'all should check out that run especially for if you can. But yeah. Anything else you want to say, Laurie? Sorry,
yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. That's definitely good shout out to make. And again, shout out to the whole Kirby community. Thank you so much to you for having me for this run. I know you picked this up because you were doing like all the guest modes.
Yeah.
And
also, I picked up too because like I love watching you run this back in the day.
Yeah, and I remember you saying like you coming to me for help because I was like, you watched me run this, and that's always like a super cool thing to see, and that's always a good message. Is if you enjoy seeing a run, just pick it up and learn it yourself.
Absolutely. Spearing is very accessible. You can just put a timer to your casual playthrough and bam, speed run. Doesn't matter if you're good or not. It doesn't matter at all. You know, it's all good. Sorry, you're wrapped up shoutouts, yeah? Okay. So yeah, thank you about the shoutouts then. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of the Age of the Queue. Watch Alpha Block. Watch Alpha Block. It's worth it.
Do.
Worth staying up for.
All right. Thank you very much. With a final time of 35 minutes and 22 seconds, that was Mr. Shasta with Kirby Star Allies, the guest star Mage Sisters category. Now, I don't want any panic in this chat because we got to reset the stream, all right? We'll be right back. All right, see, we're back. Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online, powered by Twitch. We're back. Nobody panicked. I was watching this chat. Everybody behaved wonderfully. You were all excellent. No panic needed. No panic ever needed. Welcome back. Welcome back. But again, that was a fantastic run by Mr. Shasta of Kirby Star Allies. Had a lot of donations that came in for that one, including this one. We had a $25 donation from Dobby, who said, Kirby is by far my favorite game series that I suck at. Well done, Dobby. Thank you very much for the 25. All right, now that the panic has subsided, we will be right back after this break. All right, welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 online, powered by Twitch. Now, I've got a treat for you because everybody was so well behaved and absolutely nobody panicked. I've got a treat for you. You like prizes? Well, then you've got a lot of treats incoming because it is now time for another prize segment. So we're going to go ahead and meet up with Scent.
Excuse me, I didn't notice you there. I was busy pondering the orb, for it is I, Scent, the Prize Wizard. Once again, I welcome you all into my domain, adventurers, as I feel my magically changing stock is shifting once again. This might be your last opportunity to earn certain magical relics of mine with a simple donation on your part. But enough about me, for there are plenty of relics to discuss, and a lack of time with which to do so. Come, quickly. Perhaps you are after the power of cookery, for I am a wizard of prizing. This is a chef. I am not a chef. I cannot make you a sandwich, but Chef Kirby here certainly could make you a sandwich if that is what you desire. He could turn your enemies to chocolate, as evidenced by this lovely little piece of chocolate that he may hold. Or he may turn your enemies into a ladle, as evidenced by that lovely ladle he holds. He holds the power over many cooking implements and many styles of culinary might. A $20 minimum donation could be all that separates you from Kirby. But perhaps a sonomancer is what you require. One trained in the mastery of sleep. Kirby is also trained in the mastery of sleep, as you see. Behold Kirby's ability to sleep unobstructed in any form, be it video game, felt, or even the elusive yarn. All forms of sleep are possible with the power of this handmade tuft wall art from Yoru Studios. A $20 minimum donation is simply all we ask. But for those of you looking for something more practical on the magic side of things, fear not, for Fluxtide Designs has provided this lovely replica star rod of Kirby, a magical relic of power that was once broken into 7 pieces to protect Dreamland from the nightmare. It could be yours. You could place it in your bathroom to protect you from the nightmare. It is very effective at that. Very effective against the nightmare. Get it while you can. And from a far-off world of Hyrule, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 incredibly important magical relics that I promise I did not steal from a temple. They were simply lying around somewhere, and I picked them up and added them to my collection. But they could be added to your collection for a $25 minimum donation. Enjoy their shimmering glowingness. Even though they are made from fused beads, they are still vibrant and colorful. As they should be, as all gems should be. A $25 donation, and they could be yours. But behold, for new magical artifacts are coming into view with the opening of the Pac-Man 2 game I see on the horizon, like these magical Pac and Ghost earrings from Geekish Gifts. They give you the power to absorb ghosts. Probably. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not an artificier. I'm a prize wizard. We are very, very different things. For one, I do not wear a hat. You will notice, absolutely no hat. Artificiers, hats all the time. Prize wizard, no hats. Beautiful earrings, maybe let you eat ghosts. Enjoy them. As well as these absolutely beautiful familiars of the Pack Friends. Can they also eat ghosts? Perhaps. Perhaps if the ghosts are in the form of perlers, these familiars will be able to devour them. Perhaps not. I have not tested this. I do not have any ghost problems, for I am a prize wizard, and thus can dispel ghosts. But for the rest of you, these might be useful at a $10 donation. Thank you, Pearl Pop. These will provide an invaluable service to someone, I'm sure. A relic from Corky Loon in this Magikarp tote bag. It is large and able to hold many items of power, or groceries. Groceries are also items of power, as they give us power to cast spells and live our daily lives. What is inside it, you might ask? Ah, another wonderful artifact. A hat from Iggy Zig, crocheted in the shape of Sonic after his defeat this afternoon in the marathon. He has been reduced to a mere hat, and you could be the owner of that hat at a $15 minimum donation. I would use it, but again, we've discussed, I am not an artificier. I have no use for a hat. Albion Riggs sends us a photo of the familiar Sluggy. Unfortunately, it is not here right now. I believe it must be off somewhere playing Froth, as familiars are wont to do. Them and their frog golf, looking fantastic with a tiny mallet. I wish I could look fantastic with a tiny mallet, but you could have a familiar that looks fantastic with a tiny mallet for only a $20 minimum donation, courtesy of Albion Riggs. Thank you kindly. And from our good friend Ritz Blues, we have a series of magical portals that allow you to view the awful block of Awesome Games Done Quick 2023 in its entirety. See the pictures morph as you move them from side to side. The Awesome Games logo becomes the Awful Games logo. And behold, as this magnificent creature puts its arm in front of its head in opposing motion. Truly, this must be done to intimidate its foes. Intimidating it is indeed. I hope you all feel intimidated. I certainly do. But wait, there is more, for my stock has opened up once again. A donation of $50 at any point today shall enter you into the drawing for a fantastical painting of not one, but 8 of the beautiful creatures known as the Eevees, done in diamonds, made of 50,000 individual beads. It is a relic beyond compare from Lady Wiser. A relic that could be yours for a $50 donation anytime before the end of Celeste, much, much later tonight. My stock will have shifted several times by then, but you will have ample opportunity to create that painting as part of your collection. As always, keep in mind that a donation of $200 cumulatively throughout the event shall enter you into not 1, not 2, but drawings for 3 of my greatest artifacts. A heroic replica's Hylian shield, a replica of the strongest shield of legend, the Hylian shield, the shield that has defeated Ganondorf, the Scion of Evil or something. I didn't really know Ganondorf. We were not close. We were very different wizards, I promise you that. As well as your choice of an additional replica. There are many to choose from, courtesy of Dave. Thank you very much, Dave. A powerful artificer indeed. Dave has a good hat, I guarantee you that. A lovely Skytech Gaming Azure Gaming PC from our friends over at Skytech Gaming. Their technical wizardry knows no bounds, as my technical wizardry is very much bound. Bound by the fact that I do not understand technology. This headset alone confuses me to the limit. It is also why I am constantly looking slightly to the right. Do not worry about it. And finally, a Fallout AER9 laser rifle from our friends over at Vulpin Props and Cute Monster Props. They have weaponized technology and weaponized prop making to its finest degree. Please enjoy these beautiful photos. If you are curious, for more, I hear you can head over to gamesdonequick.com. It is a website full of all of the information that those without access to a scrying portal might find useful about the marathon. But for the moment, I must return to pondering the orb, and I must return you to the awful block as we begin with Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. We will meet again, but until then, stay tuned.
Well, thank you, Prize Wizard. Did I see that right? Did the Prize Wizard dab? I think we saw that. I think we saw a Prize Wizard dab. Absolutely legendary. And you'll only see it during the awful block here on Awesome Games Done Quick 2023. online. I'm glad he clarified why the prize wizard was looking off to the right too. I was inquiring minds wanted to know, but that's why the prize wizard is the wizard. He's just excellent. But welcome back. We're currently getting prepared for our next run here. We had a lot of donations come on in for the Kirby run. Oh, a little tongue-tied there, including this one. We had a $25 donation from Reliever, who said had to donate for Mr. Shasta's run, who joined on commentary at SGDQ 22 for Kirby Tilt and Tumble, where I got to do my first ever live as a host. Good luck, Mr. Shasta, and also here, I think this is pretty appropriate considering our next run. We have a $10 donation from LLK. Now, I'm reading this exactly like I was directed to read it, so bear with me here. $10 from LLK. Here we go. Give me Smug Pac-Man Showcase. I want to see that smug strut. Please donate for it, everyone. Yay, caps lock. Thank you, LLK. I hope I did you justice. Thank you for the $10. All right. We gave you a little teaser with Yo Noid, but it is now time to sink our teeth into this awful block here at AGDQ 2023 online. Our next run is ready to go. This will be our runner's 6th appearance at a major GDQ, and the first time we've seen this game since SGDQ 2018. It was done by the same runner. Coming up next, it's Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. The category is any percent, and here is Party Man X.